Hi, it's Brenda. Welcome to my channel, the Empress and the Sun Tarot. Today we are doing an unboxing of the Hay House subscription box. Dave is so wonderful and gets it for me, so we're excited it came. So we are going to unbox it here live for everyone to see. So we are going to... I'm going to say I do know what is in the box because they sent Dave a little update on what's in the box. So I do have a hint. I know it is a... Tell me if I open it the other way. It's easier. Just so excited. So we are unboxing the Hay House Oracle deck. If you need any cards, Hay House is having a sale till Friday on 50% off all of their cards. So definitely, if you're needing a new deck, go to Hay House's website. I will have I'll put it in my description box. But we're excited about. We love Hay House. We love the cards they send us. The cards they have, the cards that we get in the subscription box. We love going to their I Can Do It event. The first deck is the card, the Tree of Life Oracle, which is a beautiful deck by David Wells. The artwork is by Roberta. We're just going to do the easy thing. The artwork is by Roberta Opward. It is a 44 card deck. So that is the very first card. And then, or the first deck. The next, we're gonna open them and go through them all. We're so excited. We got the new Moonology deck, which we have the Moonology manifestation cards, and now the Moonology Messages Oracle by Yasmin Bolin. We got to run into her when we were at I Can Do It, and we definitely like watching some of her moon ceremonies. So we're gonna look at those. And I was telling Dave this morning, and the last one is the Light Seers, a little mini Oracle deck. So we are super excited for the Hay House box. She says, you know, we love the Light Seers. I actually have a personal deck on my desk. I have a deck for my other readings. And Dave got me another deck, and now I have another mini deck. So I'm really super excited to do a reading with these cards, and we're going to sage everything and get started that way. We do like the little tin. We're thinking about using the tin box for our cards, so it was really nice that we're getting to try out the tin to see if we do like them. I was saging before we began. We're just going to do a little sage over everything. Dave come and shut my door. He's like, before we set the smoke alarm off, because I really always like to do a good smudge before I begin. And for a while he wasn't working from home, so he didn't know it. But now he's back working from here, so we'll give him a good little once over on, get them all good and clear, and then we are just going to shuffle them a little bit, and then we're going to unbox the other ones. Everyone knows what the Light Seers looks like. I use it frequently. It is one of my favorite decks for tarot. It was really neat. I got to meet Chris Ann when we were at the I Can Do It. So it's really neat that we get to meet some of the authors of the decks. It was really a fantastic opportunity. So we are just going to open the other decks, and then we are going to get into doing some readings. So he says, of course, we'll start with a, guidance of the day card and go from there. But just Dave and I do a lot of traveling sometimes, so the little deck will be a very easy thing to pack along right in my purse. The other one goes there, so why not the little one? So we're just gonna... we feel like they got our energy on them now. We feel like they're definitely Okay. And she said we're going to pull one just to the beginning message from this Light Seers deck. And so with that, we are going to, she said a couple more times. We're going to go through our entire process. When we get a deck of cards, we go through and we bless them. I tend to say, I guess on the next one, we're going to do it out loud so everybody can see. And she said, we're just going to split it and we're going to take a card for the day, which is the full. It is a brand new beginning. We've definitely been feeling that. We are going to move on to the Moonology cards, the Moonology messages from Yasmin Boland. She is, Celia says, quite the treat. She is definitely very connected with her energy, and she's a very down-to-earth person. We are doing good. So then these are the Moonology message cards, and we are going to, she said we're going to do the same. We're going to run them over the sage just to clear them, to, get them prepared for our reading today. I have to make sure all the energy's cleared off of them. We hear that package has been in a few hands. So we are going to go through and look at each of the individual cards. And then we will do a reading. The first card is the card of the Blood Moon, which is the card of courage. And the next card is the Cold Moon, face your fears. And the next card is the Dark Moon, which is about the past. And then we have the Dark Side of the Moon, which is about mystery. And we really love, she's like, look at the back of those cards. They're so beautiful. The next card is the Day Moon, the card of love. So really definitely enjoying these cards. The Domicile Moon, which is about abundance. And then Drawing Down the Moon, which is about knowledge. The next card is the Exalted Moon, which is self-regulation. And then the Falling Moon, which is about release blocks. Dave and I have been working on that a little bit lately. The next card is Follow the Moon, which is watch for signs. And then we get the Full Moon, which is all about forgiveness. And then the Healing Moon, which is seek healing. And that is we're like, look, the front and the back. So that is a strong energy in this deck from Yasmin. The next one is Howl at the Moon, which is process your feelings. And then Moonbeams, which is about focus. And Moon Called, which is meant to be. Then we get Moon Circles, which is support. The Moon Cycles, which is patience. The Moon Dance, which is celebration. The Moon Flower, which is take a risk. The Moon Goddess, which is higher power. The Moon in Detriment, which is cut your losses. The Moon Enchanted. Moonlight and Enchanted. And then we get the Moonlight Serenade, which is change your tune. And then we get Moonlit, which is embrace uncertainty. And then we get Moon Madness, which is avoid drama. Moon Magic, which is transformation. Moon Mastery, the law of attraction. Moon Maybe, which is intuition. We like that one. And Moon Memories, which is the past. That's a beautiful card. And then Moon Rise, which is cleansing. And I definitely feel connected to that one. I've been doing a lot of cleansing lately. Then we get the Moon Rising, which is about truth. Moon Set, which is about releasing. Moon Shining, which is about staying in integrity. The Moon's Moment, which is about synchronicities. The Moon's Reflection, which is about accept responsibility. Then we get Moonstone, which is slow it down. Beautiful. Then we get Moonstruck, take a break. And then the Moon's Wisdom, which is take the lead. New Beginnings, or New Moon, which is beginnings. Night Moon, which is shadow work. Out of Bounds Moon, which is boundaries. The Quicksilver Moon, which is about changes. And then the Reach for the Moon, which is go for it. And then we get the Ring Around the Moon, which is protection. Talk to the Moon, which is about communication. And then the Void Moon is do nothing. So sometimes that one's the hard one, to do nothing. And then we get the Yang Moon, which is about strength. And the Yin Moon, which is about accepting help. So those are beautiful cards. We're very excited to add these cards to our deck collection, and we expect to use them. We expect to use them quite a bit, Celia says. She says we will be, since we have the 3 different Moonology decks, we will be doing new moon and full moon pick a card readings with each of the decks. And then she said we're just going to shuffle them up a little bit, and then we will do my normal blessing that I do on all new decks after I clear them, or anytime I feel like they need before reading I clear my decks, but sometimes just we feel like they need a little extra. Sometimes we put them up in the windowsill in the moonlight on a new deck. You can always put them out on the new moon and the full moon. So she said we're just gonna. She said we're not taking anything till we bless them. So can't blame her, right? That we will. And normally when I do my cards, I do a cross over the top of them, and I say, Father, bless these cards in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. I ask for guidance, assistance, love, and protection during this reading. I ask that, the messages are clear and concise for anyone that is receiving a message. And she said, we're gonna now set them over, and we're gonna open our last deck, which we're super duper excited about. So we're gonna put the Moonology book over here. Here, you can't hear it, so we're gonna move it there. I was so excited to get these. So David showed me. He's like, "Oh, I think you're going to really like them." In the last few boxes, I've kept a box, or I kept a deck of the cards, and Dave kept a deck, and we sometimes gave a deck away or whatever. But this one, I think I'm keeping all 3. I haven't done that for a while. And this is the Tree of Life Oracle. I think this is the one I am most excited about. So we're going to put that book there in case. And no two trees are alike. This is yours and yours alone. Grow, stand tall amongst the stars. So that is the other new deck, and we're really excited about them. And she said we're going to do a little sage on them as well. I like to start with a good clear deck and see what the decks want us to know today. We are so excited to get these from Hay House. It's a beautiful subscription, and as we said earlier, all the decks on Hay House are on sale 50% off through Friday. So If you're interested in a deck, now is a really fantastic time to get them. I don't ever see them more than that 50% off. So you're gonna. She said we're gonna get some more tea, and then we're gonna go through these cards. And the first card is the Tree of Life, which is map, support, and connection. And then we get the middle pillar, which is the backbone, balance, and the midway. The pillar of severity, which is severity, courage, and form. The pillar of mercy, which is grace, peace, and love. The spiritual triangle, divinity, creation, and manifestation. The soul triangle, mystical, soul-led, and harmony. And then we have the personality triangle, personality, nature, and mindfulness. Then we have the element of air, thoughts, mind, and communication. And then we have the element of fire, passion, enthusiasm, and creation. The element of water, intuition, love, and emotion. The element of earth, which is practical, grounded, and determined. And Kether, the crown, the source point, and attainment. Shokman, wisdom, which is inspiration, spark, and the divine masculine. And Bina, which is understanding, silence, awareness, and the divine feminine. Chest, mercy, which is abundance, gratitude, and big ideas. Gebera, severity, might, discipline, and karma. Tipharth, which is beauty, balance, sacrifice, and joy. The sun card, it looks. Netzach, which is victory, hope, love, and art. Then Hod, which is splendor, determination, communication, and initiative. And then Yesod, which is foundation, birth, cycles, and intuition. Malkuth, which is kingdom, manifestation, being here and now. Doth, knowledge, which is abyss, secrets, lessons yet to be realized. And then the 11th path. It's just one. The 11th path. Leap of faith, freedom, and trust. The 12th path, the magician, magic, divine mind, and intent. The 13th path, the high priestess, true knowledge, peace, inner light. The 14th path, the empress, creativity, endeavor, nurturing, fertility. The 15th path, the emperor, initiative, authority, leadership. The 16th path is the Hierophant, loyalty, kindness, and guidance. The 17th path is the Lovers, humor, choices, and intelligence. The 18th path is the Chariot, which is determination, discipline, and concentration. Then we get the 19th path, which is strength and lust, defending the weak, peacekeeping, and sincerity. The 20th path is the Hermit, spiritual guidance, commitment, a way shower. The 21st path is the Wheel of Fortune, quest, and abundance. The 22nd path is justice, adjustment, karmic adjustment, balance, and objectivity. The 23rd path, the Hanged Man, tolerance, new perspective, life purpose. The 24th path is death, grief, rebirth, transformation. The 25th path is art and temperance, self-sufficiency, boldness, and devotion. The 26th path, the devil, truth, illusion, and trust. The 27th path is the tower, courage, faith, and fighting spirit. The 28th path is the star, hope, inspiration, and dreams. And the 29th path is the moon, evolution, simplicity, and the animal kingdom. The 30th path is the sun, purpose, vision, self-mastery. And the 31st path is judgment, aeon, which is fortitude, renewal, and truth revealed. And the 32nd path is the world, the universe, independence, facing fears, and self-discipline. So, those are the Tree of Life cards by David Wells. And we are going to now shuffle them up a little bit. We've cleared them, and normally I will knock on them and sage them and then go through them and then shuffle them and then do a little blessing on them. And it sounds like the kids are out playing in the neighborhood. So we hope everyone is doing well today. We are just going to get these ready, and then we are going to do a general guidance message. She said we really are loving these. They're really heavy stock, and we really love the little. She's like, look, put it up there. We like the sparkly and with the tree, and they're definitely a beautiful deck. A little bit different, something we probably won't use every day, but you never know. In the right time, there will be. The 24th. The 24th path, transformation, the death card. Yes, they are the new subscription box that came from Hay House. We are really excited to have them. They come every 3 months on a subscription, and as we said, Hay House, we're just promoting it because we're so excited. Hay House is having a sale. They're having 50% off on all their cards till Friday. But yes, they are all very beautiful cards. We're hoping someday to have our cards be published through Hay House as well. That's our deck sitting right here as well. So she said we will get some guidance out of that as well today. So. So we are going to begin. I was hot and then I was cold. We are just really on the struggle bus with it today, apparently. So how is everyone doing today? We are going to start with the Moonology cards from Yasmin Bolin, the Moonology messages, the newest deck from Yasmin. They are absolutely beautiful, and we are excited to see what message we are in a heat wave, and my husband now works from home and he likes to keep the air down, and yeah, the energy is definitely when I channel, I get so hot, and I know it. That's why I normally wear shorts, and I don't have shorts on today. That one really wants to come out. So we're taking it, which is focus, which is the moonbeams. So the first card is the card of moonbeams. And then the underlying energy is the day moon, which is love, which is awesome. And we are going to, she said, we're going to read those. So the card of moonbeams, Moonbeams. There we go. So the card of moonbeams. Focus. Having big dreams is a wonderful thing, but drawing this card suggests you need to get more serious and focused when it comes to making your dreams come true. To paraphrase Thomas Edison, success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. You're very much on the right track and you need to hone your vision. Where should you begin? If you've been comparing yourself to other people, this card is a strong reminder that comparison is the thief of joy. You can only go at your own pace. If someone or something is causing you to be distracted from your sole purpose, this is the time to turn down the noise. You're being asked to make a bigger difference in terms of moving forward on your goal. That may include having greater self-discipline and restraint. Also remember that success is very rarely linear. Even if you feel as though you're going through round and round in circles, you're inching towards your goals, but you do need to stay very focused right now. Additional meanings for this card. Don't judge yourself or others too harshly. Success takes time. Focus on the positive. Take the time out you need it and to meditate. About the symbol, moonbeams are combinations of yin and yang. The yin is soft, the moonlight, which comes from the yang, the sun's harsher light. So that is the card of moonbeams. And then we're also going to read the card of day moon, which is love, which is a beautiful card. There is something miraculous about seeing the moon during the day. Agreed? There is something even more miraculous about love. There is something also miraculous afoot, quite possibly to do with love when you draw this card. It suggests that although there may still be challenges, and aren't there always challenges in relationships? You have a relationship that is worth thinking about. Love is dawning. Love is rising like the day moon. If you're in a troubled relationship of any kind, personal or professional, take this card as a sign that the toughest obstacles are behind you. That way, to find the partnership happiness is now to remove your ego from the situation and allow the purity of your feelings to guide you. If you're attracted to someone, card is a sign to show your feelings. Even in a non-romantic situation, a message of the card is similar. It's crucial to show someone else involved in your question how you feel. Your feelings are more important than your ego. Better days are dawning. Bluer skies are ahead of you. Live for love, and love will live for you. Additional meaning. Something unexpected is about to happen. Stay tuned. A secret is about to be exposed. Working with the moon will help you now, and life is what you make it, and it's time to start seeking life's magic. About the symbol. As the moon moves into her quarter moon phase, especially after full moon conditions develop us to have a day moon, i.e. to see the moon during the daytime because she's far enough away from the sun and rises or sets during the daylight. So, where is the love in your life? And then we are going to use the new mini light seers deck for some more guidance on the moonbeams. It's about staying focused. I feel like it's saying stay focused on your path and, really pay attention to what's going on. Look at the moon during the day. Look at the flowers. Are you paying attention? Or are you being very distracted and confused right now? Because we feel like now is a really great time to spend a little time and refocus yourself. And the first card out is the Queen of Pentacles, which is about balancing your energy, being very confident. No, because you have been working on this path. You have been putting the work in. You have been doing all the works on this ascension journey. Um, and you know what? Are you balancing your masculine energy? Because that's a really good combination there with the masculine being connected to the heart space and the feminine being very grounded and connected to her fertility, the abundance around her, and really realizing it. There is the Queen of Cups. Do you have a girlfriend around you that is helping you, is supporting you, is very caring, generous, with her time? Someone that likes to spend some time by the water. Have you been spending some time with her in the past? Because in the headspace is the Three of Cups, which can be about community. It can also be about third party. Is this a third party relationship? Is it somebody who's acting like your friend that's maybe not your friend? Maybe they're, while you're focusing on doing your work, maybe they're taking other focus. So um, we're just going to keep going and seeing. We'll get some clarification on that. The immediate future card is the Page of Wands, which can be about, some in and out energy, some new inspired action. It can also be like a quick text, or beware because Mercury's about to go in retrograde. Um, you may receive a message from somebody, or you may send a message that you don't mean to. So be aware of that. Just She's like, be aware of the retrograde happening. Your current environment is the Ten of Wands, which is ending a hard cycle. You've really been going through it. No, you are ready for something new. A new opportunity is beckoning. We feel like in love. Um, how other people see you is the Eight of Pentacles, doing the work. Are you focused on your work? Are you focused on your creative ambition? Are you working with the moon, because that card has the moon cycles up there? Are you focusing on the path, and working with the moon for manifestation? Releasing on full moons and manifesting on new moons is a great, you can just write a little thing each time. You can burn them if you like. You can fold them up, put them in your shoe. There's many different ways you can do it, but the moon is a great tool for manifesting. Your hopes and fears right out there, put them out there. Sometimes our hopes and our fears are the same thing. Sometimes we want something and then we're afraid to get that very thing, but we feel like you're going to really get some communication. Because the Knight of Pentacles is the fastest moving energy in the deck, or the Knight of Swords. He is the fastest moving energy. He is like really swift with it. So if you've been waiting on some communication and it was kind of not to the extent you were wanting or would like it to be, just know, as you pull your energy back and focus on your work, that person's going to definitely come towards you. They're definitely thinking about you. You've planted the seeds. Of what you want, and now it's their turn to, as you're focused on doing your stuff, that they're going to come back around, we feel. And the underlying energy is Three of Wands, which is wish fulfillment, the Four of Wands, the Five of Wands, with the Six of Wands, with the Judgment card on the bottom of the deck. So there is progression. She said we did shuffle those. So but there is forward progression in a relationship of love. We're feeling like it's saying, take some time, pull your energy back, focus on your mission, focus on being the hermit, focus on, the things that you need right now. And as you pull your energy back, when you pull your energy back, the other person leans in. Just how energy works. We are going to get a card for guidance from the Tree of Life deck. And the card we get is the card of Bina, which is understanding, silence, awareness, the divine feminine. The divine feminine, she's not chasing anybody. You want to know what she's doing? She pulls her energy back. Feminine energy is about receptivity, about receiving. Are you open to receive? And the bottom of the deck is Chest Mercy, which is abundance, gratitude, and big ideas. So pull your energy back, meditate, and see what wonderful ideas are coming into you, because we feel like it's definitely saying this is the week before Mercury's going into retrograde. We feel like this week. So as that's happening, pull your energy back. Other people will notice when you pull your energy back. It's amazing the difference that can happen with that. And we're really excited to use those. And so you said we're gonna use get one card from our deck as well. So we're gonna guidance from Celia. And another card of abundance. So look and be in the now. So look around and really spend some time savoring your life. That's what I hear. Spend some time savoring you, focusing on you, putting the work into you. Spend some time with your girlfriends. That's, a great thing to do. So we're going to clean this up and then we're going to move on. We hope everyone's having a great day. Hi, Miss Shirley. How are you doing? Hi, Carolyn. Yeah, we were excited to get these, and yesterday Celia's like, when we get those, we're doing an unboxing. She wouldn't let me open them till we're doing a video. So Miss Shirley, what have you been up to? And Carolyn, where are you from? Apparently I'm going to move my tea and put these. Maybe just one on each side. Shirley, you're making my, like, that made my ear just go crazy, like itching, like, oh, Connecticut, nice. How is your weather? We are normally moderate. This week we're really hot. It's funny, we had went and visited my daughter in Florida, and it was super hot there, and then we came here, and now it's super hot here and it's cooler there. But I told her that weather's just visiting. It's going back. We want our normal. We're going back to mid-80s next week. It's like film. The heat index is over 100. That's kind of crazy if you ask me. But when we were in Florida, the heat index was 125 one day when we were on the beach. It was crazy. I took a picture. I'm like, I cannot believe it could be this hot. Yes, it's very, and Shirley, you got to feel those feelings. Me and Dave have been really working on that and talking about that. You got to feel them. And then after you feel them, let them go. Because if something happens and you don't deal with the emotions and you just kind of bury it, you know what? That energy sticks there, and then it's going to cycle back around, and it's going to be a bigger, like, hey, just from experience. She says only speaking from experience. Shirley, she's with you are you getting like a nudge? Did she nudge your ear, your hair? Did she something about your ear? I'm like, really, like, I feel like the weirdest feeling in my ear. Did she have an ear thing? Was there something about the ear? Like, I'm really getting a little, like, yeah, and you just got to feel it. And you know what? She's in a better place. She's not suffering. everything happens honestly as it's supposed to. You have contracts with people, with your animals. It was hard with my dog after 13 years, but so completely understand. Um, yeah, I got like the weirdest feeling, like in my ear, like it's like in my ear. But did your horse like nudge your ear or something about that? Because I feel like that's a very specific thing, because it wasn't happening and then it happened and now it's not really happening. So it was just kind of like a. But yeah, definitely something with the ear. Like, so Miss Shirley, we are gonna get cards for you about your new oh, it's 70 there, Carolyn. Oh, we had 70s and beautiful last week. We were in Florida, it was hot, and then we came back and it was like 70s. And then this week it's like 90s with a heat index like over 100. We're in a heat advisory all week. Yeah, I'm really getting like something about like, and if you feel like something about your ear, it's something about your ear. I don't know. Every time when I say I don't know, I'm like, that means like somebody else knows. So pay attention to see if you feel like a nudging in your ear, and anything. Yeah, we will get caught cards for L, the Leo. Well, with the moon cards, you get the card of the moon's movement, the moon's moment, which is synchronicity. So and then you get the card of moonlit, embrace uncertainty. So you just like take it for exactly what it was. And honestly, if it was a good day, the best thing you could do would be to like write it down and like savor it. Like, and like the smallest details, like yeah, but whatever, for your Leo person, write it down. And every day just kind of say a little gratitude thing. I always did that for Dave. Oh, I still do. Not as often as I used to. So she said we're gonna get Shirley, that's what's going on with that purse. He's having some dark night of the soul. So he's just going through his awakening. And he'll have that inspired action. The more you're not attached with it, the more inspired action that will have. And that's true about don't go really in on your energy. Men like to pursue. And we are going to use the regular light seers. Those are fine, but I'm going to have to get used to. The ones Dave got me are a little bit bigger, so it's like yeah. Yeah. That dark night of the soul, it's part of him stepping into his healing journey, which is your dark night of the soul can be a little while, or it can be really, really, really long. Like I'm a Taurus. I'm stubborn. He's a fixed sign with the Leo, so he's got some stubbornness too. That's fixed energy. That fixed energy, we can be like. So we feel like he is, especially with like the darkness of that card. So but the synchronicity is there. So, something's definitely from the past holding him back and you, because we mirror people. That's how things always work. But you have been really working towards manifesting this. And that magician is Shirley, you have been really working on your manifesting abilities of reciprocity. You. That's exactly what you're supposed to do, Shirley. But you know what? With doing that, you got a little reciprocity because you've had time to sit and think about what you do want and you don't want. So think about what's holding you back, because that's exactly the same thing that's holding him back. Honestly, we mirror people in such a crazy way that normally what's holding you back in some way, like, is something to do with that other. Well, Taurus is about, that second house stuff. So Carolyn, what do you have in Taurus? What do you have in your second house? What are your signs? Are you working with the astrology? But he's also fixed energy with that Leo. So sometimes that dark night of the soul can be a little slow. So just be patient and surely be a beacon to him and shine that light. But you know what? When you're done with that, make sure, you go and you do some self-care for you and make sure that it's being reciprocity, that Six of Pentacles. But sometimes you have to give a little bit more when somebody's going through that hard time. You know how that is. You know how that is. So, Miss Carolyn, do you have a question? And we would like to thank you for joining us. Every day, Shirley, I say, how can I be of service? And today, Celia was like, we're doing video. I told Dave earlier, we're doing a video today. So, Carolyn, how is love for you? We have to ask, how is love with Venus and Taurus? How is love? Yeah, how's your love? How's your love doing? So, Carolyn, I have to ask, on the Gemini, Dave is a Gemini, and love me some Gemini, but Dave is really good, or Dave likes to be in the other end of the stick of the Gemini and have the 14-foot flame. We so say. Oh, is your house haunted? Miss Carolyn, we're gonna get some cards, but a lot of times going through the awakening journey is you'll hear that, like, I'm clairaudient, so I hear like songs, I hear things. I get a block of thought and it comes, I translate it from my guide Celia, but I hear like songs, like I hear songs like. Okay, Carolyn, then how's your money? And Venus is in retrograde right now, which is a great opportunity to look at love. And I I know why you're here, Carolyn. I did this thing a couple of years ago. I went to a life coach and I got some tasks, and one of them was to write a list of my perfect partner. All the things I would want, like mine's 2 pages. I pull it out all the time. And like literally all the things like she's like, here, grab it. Because it's literally right here on my desk. That's how frequently I pull it out and share. Um, but like write a list. Like mine is like 2 pages, like front and back, like you get some discernment to know what you don't want, to know what you do want. Like she's like, we're gonna like mine was loves me unconditionally, respects my spirituality, meditates with me, generous to others, kind and caring, attentive, appreciates me, makes me laugh, loyal, honest, a healer, is awake, is on a spiritual path, shows love, is committed, is looking for marriage, partnership, joyful, confident, enjoys traveling. Over here somewhere I have about flowers. Do you see my flowers? Now we're growing them, but Dave gets me flowers regularly. Like he's all the things on my list. So as I mean literally if you want for the perfect person, like do it and then write it and then let it go. Like I wrote it and then I let it go and then I worked on my spiritual path. And as I got in the right place on my spiritual path and finally, because I'm a Taurus sun and a Leo moon, so I'm like fixed. I'm a little stubborn. So like I was like until I finally like stepped in and said, I'm an energy healer. I was on a dating thing. I had my picture and it said energy healer. That was it. I was like, because everyone I was meeting just needed energy work because I do Reiki. So I'm like, okay, I just am doing that. And then I met Dave. Dave is my like the other half of me. I mean, he's so me that it's kind of scary. Like his clairvoyance is opening. I've been having thoughts and he's been saying them this week. So it's just a little turn of events from how it normally is. Because forever it was he would think something and I would say it. So he's like my half. Like the only I like pickles and he doesn't. Like that's about the only thing really. I mean, difference between us. We both, we're both so similar. It's kind of crazy. But like I wrote the list. Dave wrote a list too. We both had a list. It was crazy. And when we came together, it was almost instantaneous. 2 months we were engaged. 7 months we were married. And we've been married almost 2 years. Year and a half, almost 2 years. We're coming up December's 2 years. So now that I've shuffled the crap out of them cards, we're not even so he's like, get my deck. This is the deck my guide Celia and I created, Carolyn. But I feel like you're going through an awakening, and a lot of times part of your chart is your north node. My north node is about telling people about their spiritual gifts. I've told multiple people to start YouTube channels, and Dave's a wonderful sound healer now, which he never realized. And I kind of have a gift of telling people. I think you're clairaudient. I think you're hearing the other side. You're definitely hearing. But like I told Dave that the other day, I'm like, Dave, my mission in this life is in Aquarius this time. It's about the collective. My south node is in Leo, which would be about me shining the light and being all that. But you know what I do? I tell other people about it. Have you ever been to Sedona? Because that's to get grounded card. Spend time, soak up the sun, put your feet on the earth, meditate, get grounded. Like meditate, or if you can meditate early morning in the sunlight, perfect time. Like the Sedona that's the place on my channel. That's where Dave and I got married. That's the picture from where we were standing when we got married. I took that picture. That's the only picture in my deck. Every other picture is just a graphic. Like nothing else is this picture. So I feel like there's something about Sedona for you. And then the bottom of the deck is do a burn, which is write down what you want. So write that list, but don't burn it. Write it and keep it. You can write it and copy it and then burn a copy, but keep it. And like I refer back to my list all the time, especially like if I'm not having the greatest day with Dave, you know what? I pull that list out and I become so grateful for him. Like we got married there, and went back a couple of times within the first year. We're talking about going back for our anniversary. It's like the best. So yeah. So Carolyn, do you do any kind of healing modality? Do you do any healing? And we clearly just came out to talk to you and Shirley because we were just hanging out. We wanted to unbox the cards um and hang out. So that's coffee and cards. We used to always do that. Now I Celia having to make tea today. So it is a beautiful place to go get grounded. We're literally hoping to go back in December, because that's when we got married. But like, that's the card from where we got married. So write your dang list, Carolyn. Like, you can manifest love. Like, I met Dave and we were going to meet, and I literally stood him up. I was like, done with dating. I was just like, and then you know what? We talked for a couple of more days, and we talked about so much more of the spiritual stuff. And he's going to be a shaman. He is a shaman. He's working back towards that, but he does sound healing and all that stuff. So, your person's write your list, because now the true love card's on the bottom. Write your list. Write exactly what you want. Like, meditate, get in a good place, and then like just write your list whenever you want to. Go back and add to it. Like, sometimes I have a word on there on both pages because I definitely had dated and knew what I didn't want. I was married. I knew, I knew what I didn't want. I knew exactly what I didn't want. So I knew to focus on what I did want. Carolyn, you get some other cards for a separate message, Celia said, which is the emotional check-in card, which is placing your hand on your heart and see how you're feeling. And make sure you're filling your own cup up, because like, date with that, I'm getting like, date yourself, treat yourself, self-love. And then the bottom of the deck is let it be easy. And that's a great one that says the mantra of the day. If it's meant for me, let it be easy. Like, write your list and then yeah, sometimes I channel Dave's dad now. Like, my mom is passed 20 years ago. My dad passed last year. I get both of them pretty regularly. I get other people. I'm actually going to do some mediumship stuff because I'm getting other people's things. Like, so I'm actually going to start doing mediumship events. So that's where we're wanting to go next. So but we're like, really fill your cup up and treat yourself how you want to be treated by the person you want to be with. Like, and yeah, like, I hear songs like from not my generation, really, like from the generation before me, like some stuff I would have maybe heard as a kid. I'll hear a song lyric and I'll say it to Dave and he'll find the song. Like, it's like that. Like, you are very welcome, but manifest that person and date yourself. And like, put the flowers on your list. They're a great asset. I mean, every week I have flowers. It's a blessing. We planted them out in the backyard, so when I'm out there, I call it my little Garden of Eden. On what, Shirley? Oh, but my parent. None of that. My dad's not here today. I'm not drinking iced tea. My mom's around. She was ringing the chimes, but my sister's in California is doing better. So I think my dad's hanging out with her. So thank you for joining us, Carolyn. We are working on being on other platforms. We're going to start just doing card of the day over on our TikTok. And then we're going to just do the daily reading on here, and maybe blend both across the Facebook and the Instagram. But we're trying. So I think if my TikTok's not below, we will be putting that in the description. I was just talking to David about updating all that. So and does anyone else have a question? Hi Liz, how are you doing? So he says you got a question. How are you? She was like, go look at their thing. I'm going to try to start being on more frequently again. I'm going to start doing earlier in the day. So hopefully you can catch us again, Carolyn. Have a great day. And Carolyn, if it's happening and it's scaring you, ask it to leave. Just say you don't want to communicate. I ask for communication that's only for my highest and greatest good. I kind of set that intention out there. I am only open to communication that's for my highest and greatest good. And then I let it go. And then that's all I get, because that's my expectation. Because you get what you expect and intend. So if it's happening at night when you don't want it to, tell it you want to, a different time. Like I meditate out in the sunlight and get so many messages. So try the meditation, Carolyn. And we're going to wait and see about Liz. So Miss Shirley, what else have you been up to? Do you get messages when you're meditating? She's like, are you getting them? Like I'll just, a lot of, like this morning I was meditating and I was just had to stop and text Dave because there was so much coming in. Yes, I asked God to clear my space. I asked God, source, the universe, whatever higher being you believe in. Yes, to clear my space, to release and transmute any negative energy, and transmute it and return it as pure love and light. And you can literally feel the difference. Yes, I do. I believe in God. I say God, source, universe because I speak to people around the world and not everybody believes in that same one. And I'm not trying to be indifferent. So, yes, I believe we all come from the one. God, source, the universe. It all means the same to me. I mean, if you look at my cards, how much is source in my cards? Surely everything will happen in the right time. Sometimes we are put in a little bit of, time alone so we can have our growth and development. And sometimes it's that. Like I was telling Dave, I went for a period where I couldn't work or do anything for a year. And then within a week, I had two full-time jobs, or PRN jobs that one ended up being a full-time, and then I had another job. So, and it's funny because we've done that again. And the last year I've not worked. So I've been working on my YouTube channel. And actually I told him it's funny because when I got my job my last position was in August, and here we are in August again. And now I'm gonna start another job PRN. We're gonna at least try. I was gonna do it before, and like I actually got hired at a place, and then they never actually had any work. And then I got hired at another place, and I went in, and the first day in the building, the program person wanted me to see two people at one time, which is Medicare fraud, and I refused to do that. So I left, and then they tried to have me go to another building, and they couldn't get my password, and it was just so. So you know what, Shirley, I understand that sometimes the universe puts you on like a timeout for growth and development. But I hear August is a really good time. And there's such a teacher shortage, Shirley. There ain't no problem in getting a job. All you have to really put out there is that you want to do it. Tell me you want to do it. Do you want to be a teacher? Tell me. She's like, tell us. Say what you want. Because you know what? I told David in Florida, I said, maybe I just need to go back to working as a therapist. And then literally a former employer pursued me for a job, and I signed the offer letter yesterday. So for some PRN work. So just as I want to work. So surely we feel like if really you're wanting to do the teaching. Here. It's about the cycles that are happening. And then you get the card of do a burn and be the light, which is write down exactly what you want. And then offer to be of service and shine the light and put out there what you want to do. What do you want to do? Like write down what you want to do. And sometimes it's to tell you have to just pull your energy back and focus on just you for a little bit. Sometimes, like especially after you're lost, just take a little time just being with the other horses. Do you believe you can make an income? Yeah, stop worrying about the money. You worry about money and then you have a problem with money. I promise you. Seriously. I would write a list. Do that burn about that. Write all the things that you love about working for yourself. Every little detail. I like that I can make good coffee. I like that I can go to the bathroom where I like. I like that I can walk in my house and be comfortable. I like that I can decide I don't want to work today. I like that I get to spend time with, these kids. I love the horses. I love the land. I love being outdoors. I love the sun. I love the air. I love all of the things, all of the financial gifts that it provides for me. Yeah, because it's going to match your vibration, and you've been in a little sadder vibration, which is why you would have attracted somebody else that's kind of in the awakening stage in the lower vibration, because that's kind of in the same place. So it's kind of why you attract at your vibration. And he's definitely going through the dark night of the soul. And you're probably doing the same too, because we mirror people, because we got the synchronicity card. So sometimes with that dark night of the soul, we have to go through. And I told Dave, you have to, until you decide to really surrender and say, I'm just going to. Yeah. Write it down. Write down everything, and every day read that list. She's like, write it down and then read it every day. Read it 5 times a day. Feel the joy that you have when you're given a lesson. Feel the joy that you have while you're writing. Feel the more you can just, and not focus on the abundance of it, focus on the fun and the freedom of it. I love the freedom of my job. I love the freedom of my job. I love the freedom of doing PRN work. Like I told Dave, I go in, I do my work, I leave. It's not about all the politics of a workplace. So I'm okay to go in and do my physical therapy work because I know I have a gift in my hands that I apparently need to share with somebody, or it wouldn't be happening again. But as you're working through your stuff, he's going to work through his. That's how you got, it's a mirroring thing. It really, really is. You just been on the journey a little longer. Yeah. So just don't be hard on yourself. She's like, write it down, like spend some time, even if it's like as soon as you wake up in the morning, and write that down, all the stuff you're grateful for about your job. And that's going to let you keep doing that and focus on the fun and the freedom. Take the money out of it. Just like the fun and the freedom. What does the freedom give you? The ability to buy the things I want, the ability to go the places I want to go, the ability to do the things I want to do. It could pay so much more as soon as you know your worth. Honestly. How would you like it if you had so many you had to be booked out for months at a time? All you have to do is have that desire. Intention. You can do it. And with that, yeah, increase in knowing your self-worth is going to really bring that up as well, Miss Shirley. She's like the self-love, like love on yourself, date yourself, work on healing that heart and knowing that your horse is always with you. I still hear like a hair thing, like a ear thing, like, and everything in the right time. It takes some time to heal. I know I know for my dog, it was harder for my dog than for my dad, honestly. Like, because I know there is no death, but like my dog was in my life every day, like every day, like, yeah. It's different with that animal. That's that bond you have. Like literally, my dog was probably the hardest that's of all. I've lost many people, but I think the dog was probably the hardest because she had such unconditional love. Like that's how dogs are, and yeah. Miss Shirley, if it wasn't her day, it wouldn't have happened, sweetie. I know it's hard, but there is no death. It's just transition. We have a start date, we have an end date. We have no control over how that happens. We just, those things are predetermined. We get the dash in the middle. Like, as life is everlasting, you know that, Shirley. So she's just not in the physical anymore. Her energy is still right there with you, with around the other horses. You're gonna, when you are not sad about her, you can feel her. When you're sad, you can't feel that person. When I'm mad, I can't feel Celia, and I get that makes me even madder. I'll be like, Celia, help. She's still right there doing it. Talk to her. Go, it's like in the evening, especially. Celia's like, just talk to her. Tell her to show you a sign that she's around you. She will. Pure positive energy. And as soon as you're not in a place of sadness and missing her, it would be easier. I know, but I know. It's hard. My heart definitely goes out to you. And you thought going to the vet school that would happen, and then it just he will have some karma for that, Shirley, you know. So he's like, you know, he has karma for that. And Shirley, that could be like past life stuff. Like, Shirley, did you love her? Did you do the best you thought you could do for her? Guilt is not something that she would ever want. Yeah, and he will have the karma to pay for that. Yes, you have to forgive him, and you have to forgive, more importantly, forgive you. You're blaming yourself. Yes, you loved her and she loved you, and it happened just as it should. And the last thing she would want would you to be guilt over it. She's like, I'm right here. Like, she is around you, definitely around you. Yes, she's definitely around you. And you have a lot of guilt about it. Well, there you go. And your friend probably still wants lessons. Don't forget that. That will pay you what you're worth. Definitely, they'll pay you what you're worth. And have you ever thought about Shirley just doing the substitute teacher thing? I don't know how it is there, but it's really in high demand here. So, and with that, you get to kind of be a little more flexible on how much you make and when you work. Like, you can say, I only want to work 2 days a week, and that's it. So, have you thought about that? Well, hopefully, Shirley, you have no reason to see him again. But when you're hanging on to that anger, it's hard to bring all that other good stuff you're wanting to bring in. And you know what? She's probably happier you weren't there. That's not how she would want you to remember her. Honestly. When my dad passed, I was on my way there. I didn't make it before he passed. And he said he didn't want me to see him like that. So I took him at his word. Everything worked out in the timing that it was meant to. Yep. Like I did mine, and like they sent me a thing and I replied. And then the next day she was like calling me and talking to me about the job and then sent me the application and I did it. And I even had to rebuild my resume because I'd gotten a new computer. So I did that. And just did that. And then they already did the interview and hired me. And we already started all that. So um, it can happen really quick. So if you're worried about money and whatever, you can always do that a couple of days a week. As you know, that's what I told Dave. I'm going to do a couple of days of the week that, and a couple of days of the week this. Yeah, but you have a lot of anger and resentment. We still feel, Shirley. And that's just going to take time. But you got to forgive yourself and know that everything happens. There is, for one, there's no death. Honestly, it's transition. We go from physical to non physical. You know, when they say life is everlasting, you are energy everlasting. You are always that energy. Like, like, there is no death. None. And if it's karma, he will have to pay for. Things come right back around. Unfortunately. Or not, unfortunately. But karma works itself out. And Shirley, we feel like you do not want to work full time doing teaching. You want to work part time teaching, part time doing lessons. Correct? You really don't want to be full time, do you? I could go be full time and do therapy and be miserable at it. You know what? I'm not doing that to myself. Not doing that. Because I have that a healing ability and I have a really easy way with those hard to work patients. So I'm easy one that they take advantage of to those situations. And the couple of days a week is going to work for me. So I hope it does for you too. So, but she's like, what about the substitute thing? Like, substitute teachers are hard to get here. Yep. Spend some time outside, get your feet on the earth, work on some meditation, and talk to your horse, talk to Serenity. She's right there. Like start paying attention now that we've talked about it. Notice when you feel like something on the side of your head. Notice how often now you grab the side of your head like you felt something. But she's definitely like right there with you. Like, yes, totally. Do the substitute thing. She's like, that's why we came on. We did this reading, and then we were going to talk to Carolyn, and we were going to talk to you. We haven't really done anything for anybody else. So clearly, this is what this reading was about: was us talking about it, and yeah, and me talking about I'm going to do PR in a couple of days, and literally 2 days a week, maybe 3. We'll see. If I get busy on here, maybe not. We'll see. But I am going to go now because it's an hour and 25 in. And we hope everyone has a great day. We really enjoyed the new decks. Thank you, Hay House, for for the new decks in the box. We really, she's like pulling back. We really enjoyed them. We liked them with the readings. So check out Hay House. They have 50% off right now on all their card decks through Friday. You're going to find signs of her, Shirley. I hear you're definitely going to find signs of her. And if you ask for specific ones, like, oh, no worries. I said this is why we were on. I told Dave I've just been when I'm inspired, I do it, and we were inspired to come and do it. So you're absolutely fine. We were meant to have our conversation to get you where you're at, to know she's right there with you. There is no death. You know, they say that life is everlasting. It truly is. So we are going to try to be back on in the morning, Shirley. I just do when I'm inspired, and apparently, so you're saying tomorrow. So hopefully, we're going to be back on in the morning for coffee and cards. If you don't have a lesson, maybe you can join us. But I would write that list about all the things you like about your own work, too. So have a great day. Bye, Miss Shirley. Bye, everyone else that's watching. Thank you. Bye.